Right, this is a video for a Honda Civic 1.8 ES. Car's very low mileage. It's only done, I think, 32,000 miles, but I'll just verify the exact mileage for you. Finished in silver, registered YC60VJX. It's a beautiful example, but I'll just go around the car for you. Lenses on this side here, absolutely unmarked, no cracks, no condensation. Hardly a mark on the vehicle. You know, if you can look for stone chip, they possibly are there, but they're going to be very small and very few and far between. Lenses on this side again, absolutely perfect. You can see there you've got this new style grille which shows off it is the later version of the car. Come to the offside of the car, front offside wing, absolutely perfect condition. Front alloy is pretty much completely unmarked. I can see one titchy tiny little mark there. That's about as much as you've got. Panel work down the sides, crisp as you like. It's absolutely superb. Wing mirror housing and glass completely intact, no damage there at all. Rear wheel on the offside, again absolutely beautiful. Cannot see a mark on that one anywhere. Tyre on the back there, absolutely superb. Just come down the flanks here, you can see panel work is mirror smooth. Come on the back of the car, bumper again, all in fabulous condition. And we now come all the way around to the near side of the vehicle. We can show you there is one little mark, so managed to find it is a used car at long last, but that's mirror smooth down there. Got this titchy tiny one just there, just needs a little touching on it, but that's all there is. Near side of the vehicle, near side rear wing, absolutely perfect. Near side alloy, again, completely unmarked. It's absolutely factory fresh. And the panel work down this side, same as the other side, in absolutely superb condition. Again, wing mirror housing, absolutely fine, all intact, no cracks or otherwise. Last alloy, there's always one lets you down, isn't there? There we go, it's absolutely superb, apart from, got a tiny bit of curbing just there, which is obviously near side is where, if you're going to get it, that's where you're going to get it basically. But exterior wise, the car's in absolutely superb condition. Coming into the boot area, quite a absolutely colossal boot. It's huge here. Obviously you've got your 60/40 fold on the rear seat. The boot cover is all good and intact there, and you've got your power outlet, but it's all in really fabulous condition. It's very clean and tidy in here. As with all these Civics, you get this extra little cubby hole underneath. Should we pull that back and drop it down, you end up with another 6 or 7 inches depth in the boot. Really clever, simple design. Coming into the back of the car now, just showing the car with the seats up at the back. This shows part of the Magic Seat affair. Really clever design. You can leave these vertical, and which complements the boot area. End up with this absolutely enormous area behind the front seats. Also you've got something like a very valuable mountain bike or road biking with quick release wheels. You can pop it in the back and keep it nice and secure. But all in lovely order back here. Car benefits from a full set of Honda overmats. To drop these seats down, literally just pull the lever up, drop it down. Same with that one there. It's all with one hand. And then you've got this rear seat in absolutely pristine condition. It is beautiful back here. But it's beautifully engineered, as you'd expect from Honda. Coming to the front of the car now. Again, all in really nice condition around here. Sill area is completely unmarked. Again, mats in the front. Driver's seat. Again, the video doesn't really do justice to it. It's, you know, it looks like a new car basically. And passenger seat on the front there, again in wonderful condition. Being an ES model, you get this lovely big glass panoramic roof, and at the press of a button you can close it out if it's like a bright sunny day, or just press it back and open it up. So on a dull day like today, it allows a lot of natural light inside the car. Right, so I'm inside the car now, engine is running. Quickly just going to pan down here just to show you, got the full owner's manual pack and the locking wheel nut key for the car as well. Come back up, this wonderful dashboard, more of which I'll talk about in the following road test. But just to say, it's in absolutely superb order in here, absolutely fantastic. All the plastics are really nice, gear levers in really good condition. You know, it matches the low mileage that you'd expect on the car. Come across here, so we've got the dual zone climate control system there. And we've got this wonderful 2-tier dashboard. No warning lights on the car. The only light you see there is just the low fuel level. And currently, you can see there, We've got 32,613 miles. This video was done shortly after doing the road test. Coming down, obviously got the multifunction steering wheel, so audio controls top left, cruise control system top right, and the information display controls down on the bottom right there. Auto lights, auto wipers, all part of the ES package. And then you've got your headlamp adjuster, big red start button, and controls for electric windows and electric wing mirrors. The wing mirror is also electric folding, so press that button there, they fold in, and they all work absolutely perfectly as you'd hope and expect. But really is an absolutely fabulous condition in the car. So finally, just coming under the bonnet of the vehicle, beautifully presented engine bay as you'd expect from Honda. Worth pointing out that the engine noise you hear is a lot louder on the video than it is actually in reality when you stood here. The engine's very, very quiet indeed. Beautiful engine, again, which I'll talk about more in the following video. But it's a lovely all under here. There's nothing that will concern you. Right, this is the road test video for a Honda Civic 1.8 ES, registered YC60VJX. Mileage at this current time is 32,607 miles. This video should follow on from a walk around and an appraisal video, which should come in due course. The purpose of this video is to give a quick quick road test of the vehicle, to give people a bit of reassurance who may be coming a fair distance to us that the car drives as it should, or if there's any issues then I can obviously let you be aware of them. We've noticed certainly over the last few years that a lot of our customers now are coming from as far afield as the near continent and the extremities of the UK, and we feel that it's probably only right, if that's the case, that if you're willing to come that far to us, then we can at least be sure that sorry about that the car drives as it should, or as I said, if there is any issues, they can let you be aware of them. So what I try and do with these videos is in order that you'd do it yourself, and just check out a few things on the car, and then I'll talk about the drive of the vehicle itself. The first things first, obviously everyone will look, engine wise, clearly this is a very low mileage car with a lovely service history, so most of what I'm going to tell you you're going to probably know the answers to, but said it's just for reassurance. Engine starts absolutely on the button, sounds as it did when it was brand new. It's very, very, very smooth. It settles to a very nice even idle immediately. There's no strange noises coming from the engine. It pulls absolutely beautifully. It really does drive nice. It's a great engine. It's very sweet, very clean revving, so there's no issues with that at all. Looking at the dashboard here, no warning lights on, not that you'd expect there to be, but there's nothing illuminated at all. The temperature gauge is showing a third of the way up the gauge itself, which is exactly where you'd expect them to be on this type of Honda. The car then runs through obviously clutch and this 6-speed gearbox. The clutch again just feels like brand new. It's light as a feather, bites beautifully right in the middle of its travel. The clutch pedal itself is utterly silent. There's no squeaks or clicks as when you press the clutch pedal down. And then that goes through to this really lovely gearbox. You've got a 6-speed gearbox, really slick action. Honda do the best gearboxes by a country mile. Not only are they mechanically incredibly strong and tough and give us just no problems at all, but the quality of the gear shift is extraordinary. When you consider this, like all modern gearboxes on front wheel drive cars, generally speaking is cable operated, so cables going through to the gearbox. That can quite often mean on some cars you lose a bit of the accuracy and mechanical feel of a gearbox, and that can sort of be like precision. Some sort of French gearbox are notorious for it, but this gearbox is brilliant. You just slot the gear, it always engages absolutely clean as a whistle, and I'm doing it just now for fun really, but it always finds its way home with just a minimum of effort, but with a nice feeling of engineering attached to it. It's really, really, really nicely done. Steering on the car, absolutely bullet straight. There's not a hint of a wheel wobble or tremor coming back to the steering wheel, which may suggest you've got a little bit of play in some suspension joints or otherwise underneath, or steering component. It's a brilliant steering rack anyway. It's very, very, very precise. It's very quick, very dynamic. And when you attach it to this really lovely chassis, which again is equally kind of sharp in the way it goes about its business, it changes direction beautifully, but with very little body roll. And you know, the car I'm driving here, the suspension is doing its business without any hint of any mechanical wear underneath. It's very, very quiet. There's no clanking or tapping noises from underneath, which again you can get with cars, particularly ones driven around city centres, where again you get these little anti-roll bar links chatter away. I mean, they're designed in weak points, and quite deliberately so. Hit some lovely traffic. But let's say this is absolutely silent. There's no noise there at all. Brakes on the car, the brake pedal's absolutely perfect. It's right towards the top of the pedal with the right amount of kind of free play. The brakes, as soon as you hit the brake pedal, if there's anything wrong with the braking system, you tend to get a bit of a wobble or vibration, but there is nothing from underneath the car at all. This again suggests that the braking system of the car is in very, very good order. I said I'd expect it to be. I'm not, it's really just to report back. The information display, as I've said, exhibits no warning lights at all on the dashboard. All the gauges work absolutely perfectly, as does every single switch I've pressed, and it's all in really, really beautiful condition. Again, as you'd expect given the mileage. This is a later version, so it's got the revised interior. That basically gives you higher quality plastics than on the earlier Civics. You get this new finish on the dashboard here, so less sort of shiny stuff coming down here, which on the earlier ones could mark quite easily with rings or fingernails or otherwise. But the actual perspex on the main dash here is crystal clear, so it's completely unmarked, as is the rest of the dashboard. It's in lovely condition. This car's literally just arrived, and we've not cleaned it, so there's it's going to take minutes to make it look absolutely beautiful. The dashboard itself, if you've seen any of my previous videos, you'll know I absolutely love these dashboards. It's an absolute work of art. Honda have achieved style with function when it doesn't always go hand in hand. You've got something that's very unique to look at. Most cars are kind of variations on a theme. In all honesty, you get kind of a binnacle here, center stack here, and they just just play around with the same kind of stuff. This could be nothing other than a Honda Civic, which I love about it, but it's not at the expense of, as I say, function. You've got this lovely, the best part of it for me is this high up speedo readout, which is absolutely crystal clear. As you drive along, I'm looking at the car in front, but I know exactly the speed I'm doing at the same time. You can just, your peripheral vision, you can see the speed really easily. Whereas in a conventional car where the rev counter is on this one, for sake of argument, to get that information, you've actually got to stoop your head down slightly, try and gauge it, and that's where you pick up speeding points, because you've not taken that information in, or you've taken eyes off the road and wiped someone out. So equally not a great job. To either side of the speedo on the top there, on the right hand side, you've got this little green economy gauge that just tells you that you're driving nice and economically. And to the left hand side, you've got little rev warning lights come up. What that does is, just to the extremes of the rev counter, if you're travelling along at a fair old lick, giving it plenty of revs, just warns you you're getting red close to the red line, and obviously to protect the engine. Coming down, then you've got your more conventional gauges, but it's all done in a very nice way. You've got this kind of hologram effect where it kind of comes out towards you, but a really crystal clear big rev counter with, in the middle of it, this kind of floating information center giving you kind of how much fuel you've got left, or miles to sort of needing to refill, average MPGs, who's got the seatbelt on or off. So loads of information there. to the right you've got the fuel gauge, and to the left obviously the temperature gauge itself, and as I said, it's all in absolutely perfect working order. All the switch gears done very well, and as I said, it all works absolutely beautifully. Steering wheel, obviously we've got the multifunction steering wheel, so you've got obviously audio on the left, cruise control on the right, and information display button down here on the right hand side. Steering wheel just feels and looks like new. It's got that sort of lovely fresh look and feel about it. So I've just got to concentrate on trying to pull out without killing myself a second. To be brutally honest, I mean, you know, I do these videos a lot, and you know, if I'm driving slightly older, higher mileage cars, then it's in some ways more relevant. But you know, if you're coming to see this particular car, you know, no one's going to fault it in any way. It drives absolutely beautifully. I mean, looking around, trying to find, you know, even a hint of wear in the car, I can't really find anything much to report back. So in essence, you know, if you're coming to see it, so I apologise, it's the Friday night, traffic's pretty horrendous around here. Not the most exciting of all the drives I've done, but you can be absolutely reassured it drives perfectly.